Happy Flosstube Friday, friends! My name is Carrie and this is Tiger Lily Designs. Welcome to Flosstube episode number 46. Yay! If you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for coming back. If you're new to checking me out, welcome. My channel is mainly about cross stitching and quilting and making, and we've added a new knitting segment to it, and we always just have fun and life and all the things. So hopefully you'll stick around, check me out, see if there's something that interests you. So today, friends, we're going to dig right into the fun because I've got a table full. I feel like I say that every week, but it's just true. Every morning on Fridays, I get up and I set up the table and I just keep gathering the goodies to come and bring to show you guys. And I've got, again, a table full to share with you. Not a lot of stitching this week because it's been super busy in Tiger Lily land. And so let's just dig right in. Let me give you a little table of contents of what today's video is going to include. So not a lot of stitching, but I do have a couple of WIPs to share with you, some progress on some existing stitching that I've been working on. I want to give you a little update on. I had a new start this week, a new sell with some Instagram friends. And so hopefully maybe you might have this in your stash. You want to come join us. So I've got a new start to share with you. I've got my knitting progress. So exciting. Like I said, new segment. We do have a sponsor for today's video, so I am going to dig into that pretty quickly. And then we're also going to have a Tiger Lily shop update. There'll be a giveaway too. And that's it. So before we get too far into it, I do want to go ahead and give you a little bit of details about today's video sponsor. Now, as a YouTuber, let me give you a little bit of background. As a YouTuber, listen, not here for that, but I do get contacted very frequently. Do you want to do this? Can I send you this? Can you show this? 99% of the time I say no because it's not on brand. It's not on message. I have no interest to it. I'm not going to just get stuff and pitch stuff because they want me to. It has to make sense. It has to make sense for me. It has to make sense for you. And so a lot of times I do my due diligence just to see if we meld together. Most times we don't. But this company reached out to me about a month ago. And I, like I said, I do my due diligence just to make sure if we're going to meld together, and we did. And I was super excited to kind of play around with the situation. So let me go ahead and show you. Now, while I'm chatting, I'm going to go ahead and override and show you the unboxing of what they sent me. So the name of the company is Ana Luisa. It is a jewelry company in New York. It is a carbon neutral company. So pro number one, love that. Now, as a jewelry wearer, I am not one of those big change my jewelries every day type of situation. If you notice, I wear the same thing every day. I am a fine jewelry type of person because it's one of those things where I wear it, I shower with it, I exercise with it, I do all the things. And so it has to make sense. So when this company, Ana Luisa, reached out, I was like, maybe not. But then I went and I found, first of all, carbon neutral, love that. And then I went to they have what's called a fine jewelry. Now, don't be scared. These aren't big numbers. What it is they take recycled, also totally my jam, like Save the Stitches, but in jewelry. They take sterling silver, which is the high quality I'm looking for, but then they put gold on top of it. So they sent me 4 pieces today that I am showing you as I'm chatting with you. And so you've seen me unbox them. I do want to show you. So they sent me 4 pieces. And what's exciting is I'm going to give one of them to you and you get to choose. We'll get down to that. So one of them they sent me, like I said, it is 14 karat gold over top of sterling silver, recycled sterling silver. So I love that. It's one of those things where it's so delicate and dainty and affordable. So super sweet. It's great gift giving for that, teen or college student where you're like, I want you to have gold, but I don't know. Gold is expensive right now. I don't know if I want to get you like solid gold all the way. This gold over top of the sterling is like a perfect compromise. So that was the Malachite bracelet. Love that. Green is like one of my jam colors. And then I went ahead and I put on, sorry, I made my second hole bright red, but I went ahead and I put on these Huggie earrings. Now my normal earrings are Huggie earrings, and because I don't like the post poking me, and so I showed you I love this style. And it, like I said, it's 14 karat gold over top of the sterling silver. And I love that. It's called the Kian earring. I will list these 4 products that I'm showing you down below, and it just pops right in. But the exciting part, so you should check them out. There's a coupon code down below, and that you get 20% off. So if you use that link and you use the coupon. But what I'm going to show you is these were the 2 I unboxed. Okay, so when I saw these, I was like, oh my gosh, if there was ever an earring made for a quilter, it was these. Look, they're little safety pin earrings. And they're Huggie style clips. So there's no posts that are poking me because I don't take my earrings out at night. So they just beautiful. 14 karat gold over top of this recycled sterling silver, or just straight silver and silver. So what's exciting, friends, is this is today's giveaway. One of you get to choose. So one's for me and one's for you. But I haven't put either one on, so you can choose whether you're a gold or a silver. I can do either one. So I'll give you the details later on of how you enter that, but I did just want to show you. And thanks to Anna Luisa, such a cute, the packaging hopefully I showed that little opening video, was so sweet and cute. I'm going to figure out, and the magnets on this, I have to figure out how I'm going to repurpose these, because you know I am. You know I'm going to repurpose the packaging that came with this. Little stitch markers, stitch marker bags for my knitting. I think that's it. So adorable. So thank you to Anna Luisa for being today's video sponsor. All right, friends, so let's dig into the stitching, shall we? So let's just go to the new start, because it's fun. The new start. Now, I told y'all last week that this was something I was going to break into this week, and I did. Then at some point during Instagram stories, I showed you some geese walking. I almost squirreled and went to do something different, but I didn't. I stayed on point, and I went ahead and we started this with my friend Sarah. So here's my project information card. Spoiler alert, it's Feast of Friendship, Blackbird Designs. I am stitching it on 16 count LFA Ada. The color is Millstone. This was an exclusive colorway that came with the quarterly Ada Club, the April color. I know that they will release it, I think, a year after to everyone. So sometime look for it in the spring if this color speaks to you, but lots of colors would look great with this. The measure, it's 189 by 91, and we started this on November 9th. I did a few color substitutions, mostly the called for Flancy Floss, because Blackboard knows what she's doing. Not that they all don't, but I don't like to, I tend to stay on point with Blackbird. I did change 3 of them, and I'll explain to you why. But the Sal, hey, look at me figuring it out, writing it on the information card. Yay! So that way I don't have to remember. But this Sal, the hashtag that we're using on Instagram, if you want to follow along, or more importantly, join us, is Friendsgiving. Sarah came up with it. It's adorable. Friendsgiving Sal. Join us. So it is Feast of Friendship, like I showed you. Okay, first, let me just, like I said, you don't mess with Blackbird. Now, of course, mine's all crumpled up, and I'm not going to get the pretty. But look, they just play so nice. So the one thing, or the 3 colors that I did change, and I think we talked about this, was that this house is not 1 blue. It's 3 blues. And that is the one that I did go ahead and change. And so I have, instead of Tin Bucket, Uniform Blue, and Blue Corn, I have Midnight, Fathom, and Freedom. Why? I don't know. I think I was just at an LNS at one point, cutting it up, realized the 3 blues, pulled the 3 called for. I think 2 of them weren't really different enough. And I'm like, if I'm going to stitch different, like, let's make it different. So I did. But I went ahead, and like I said, I started this. This is a center start because I am super chintzy with my Ada, my LFA Ada. I want to like get every inch out of it. So I give myself a tight little margin because I frame myself. I don't have to have like super wide framing margins to send to a different framer because I frame myself. And so I'm kind of like 2 inches max on the side. So center start is usually what I do on anything that's like not like heavy in the corner where I can corner start. So I went ahead and I center started, and this was just one night and one morning of stitching, but so cute. Yeah, I know. So I usually don't stitch in the morning. I used to, but now I'm getting up and doing the job. But this one, I just was having so much fun the night before. I woke up early and got some more stitches in. I put the grapes in, I think. You know, one thing, okay, so listen, this is not going to be new to anybody, but you know, called for back in 2012. Welcome, 10-year-old chart. Have you stitched? I mean, I don't know how long it's been in my stash, but for example, so called for except for the blues, right? This is what I told you. So this cute little, I don't know what fruit it is, but it's pink. It's like a pink fruit, an apple, a pear. I'm not quite sure what it is. It's charted in the color Wood Rose. Super sweet. Well, the Wood Rose I have, and of course I didn't realize this. I'd already stitched it up. This was my nighttime stitching. I stitched it, and then I looked at the picture and I'm like, that's not a pink apple. Pink Lady apple is what it makes me think of. I love the Honey Crisp. Those are my favorite. But it doesn't look like. So this is why sometimes I want to stay on course and do the charted and called for, A, because it's easier for you guys to join and do with me, but B, because, you know, it's gorgeous and you love the cover, but 10 years old, the die lots change. And this is one where Pickles, if I hadn't looked closer, I would have pulled a different pink. I would have, I don't want, see, I like the pink, whatever Pink Lady, pear or apple, I don't know. But now mine, I guess it can be a golden pear. I guess. I'm not going to rip it out. I'm just moving on. But this is one of those things that makes me double check, double think. Like Pickles, I should have spent a little more time kitting this up and putting it together and checking the chart on all of them. I mean, really, if I like the colors on the front, I need, it is the nature of the beast when you're stitching with a 10-year-old chart. It's just what it is. But obviously if you're using something new, you know, something that just came out here in the last, year or whatever, they're using current dye lot colors on the covers. So you should be totally safe. But when you're going back into the older stuff, I know that in my Anniversaries of the Heart, which, darn it if I haven't pulled that out in a year or so. I'm just not feeling it. I want to do it. Anyway, but that is my start. I'm going to chug along. It was a lovely stitch. Now, on a side note, I am still auditioning. Let's tangent for a minute, because that's what we do here at Tiger Lily. I am still auditioning and trying to find the perfect needle. I was a Pat Carson super fan, and so I had the 30, the 26 and the 28 Pat Carsons, and of course, like everyone, I cried a little bit when realized that there were no more. And so now here I am trying to audition. So I'm trying the Peacemakers. I've got Bowen, I've got John James, I've got this Mary Alden. I don't know. I every time I go somewhere and I'm checking out, I look at their needles to see if they have a brand I haven't tried yet. Just to add to cart and check it out. None of them are like, oh my gosh, this is the cat's pajamas. Stop the search. I haven't found that needle yet. So if you have a needle that is not one of the ones I just named, let me know. Because on this project, whatever night I started, November 9th, I went to my needle stash and I'm like, okay, so this is 16 count, but it's hand dyed LFA 16 count, which means it's a little tighter. And so I went ahead and I went with a 28 needle versus a 26. If it was right, 16 is one of those ones that could go either way, 28 or 26. 26 is always 14, like hands down, no. But 16, depending on whether it's like a Picture This Plus 16 or an LFA linen 16, or who dyes the 16. Oh, by the way, I'm an Ada stitcher if you're new here. Everything is Ada. Yay, welcome. So the 16 is that sweet spot where it's either 26 or 28. Anyway, so that on the 9th, when I'm kitting this up that afternoon, because I knew Sarah and I had been messaging back and forth, and we said, today's the day, let's do this. So we did. I I'm going to pull out another needle, because all my other needles are on another project, so I need a new needle. So this is a John James. Now, it's supposed to be fancy because it's the gold-plated one. I'm going to tell you, I'm not a fan. It doesn't slide through the fabric like non-gold plate. I don't know if it's the gold plating that does it or what. But I'm not a fan. I kept the needle and I kept stitching with it. I know I need a needle minder or something. You guys are like screaming at me that I did that. But I don't know. So far, the Peacemakers are the only thing that I consistently buy because it's just still fun. Anyway, that's my new start for the week. Yay. Do you have Feast of Friendship? Have you started? Oh, and let me show you. My sweet Sarah friend. She is so sweet. She makes me, and I know a couple of you have asked me, like, where do you get the little thin cards? Sarah makes them for ourselves. She's the sweetest. They're laminated. She makes me a cover. She does a little card. And she even, when I do a little Tiger Lily color conversion, she even does the little change and does the cover. I mean, wow. But that is in one of my vintage stitching project bags. And that is my new start for the week. So what else did I stitch on? Let's look real quick, shall we? I tried so hard. Okay, so when you pick up a new hobby, let me just tell you, there are not enough hours in the day. Knitting, like I want to do all the things on top of, my day job and my other job and all the jobs and trying to just enjoy life, right? Went for a bike ride before the rain came. And anyway, there's just not enough hours in the day. I wish I didn't have to sleep so much. But so I really wanted to get this sweetie done. So sweet. I know so many of you have already finished it. I'm still deciding whether I'm going to say little. Just doesn't speak to me. Mary Little? I don't know. I'm either going to put the little or I'm going to put another peppermint. So right now I'm ignoring that part. This was the Fat QuarterShop Mystery Christmas Time Stitch Along that I am working on. I did a full Tiger Lily custom color conversion. As you can see, it looks nothing like what Kimberly Jolly and her team charted, but inspiration wise, yay. Pinks and reds and silks and mauves and all the things. So it's real close to getting that one done. Maybe next time. But, and it's a real quick stitch. And of course, it's real quick because I'm stitching it on 14 count. This is a 14 count hand dyed by me. It's a RIT dye that I did years ago. It was just in my stash. And I was like, ooh, aqua and pink. Doesn't that scream Christmas to you? It does to me. And then last but not least, friend, this was, I know it's Valentine's, don't worry. It's not a Valentine's project. Carrie's not crazy. This is, let me pull out that's a bad picture. Let me pull out, it's so bad too. But this is my Vivsters 12 Days of Christmas. Now, if you saw, I will put a picture right here. This is the one where we did the Make With Me Monday. Yay. Where we made the little ornaments because I had day 1 and day 2 done. And I do have day 3 done. It's already in my finishing box. And I was like, okay, there's 12 days. I had the best of intentions of getting one per month, 2022, having all of them done. Here we are on November, whatever it is. And I have 4.5 done. It's close. There's no cross stitch police. Nobody's going to get me. There's still going to be 12 days of Christmas next year. So it's going to be great. But I went ahead and I finished. Yes, I finished even though there's blue because the blue's from down here. Like I said, remember I load my things sometimes, especially the ones where it's just mindless. I don't have to look at the pattern. I just load the extra thread. Anyway, so day 4 is done, ready to go. Could cut her out. Sweet little birdie that she is. And then I went ahead and I started working on 5 golden rings. Such a sweet. And then last night I went ahead and because I like to do color completion, which is why I do a hand, which is why there's always threads everywhere. Color completion. So if you're new, like color completion was like, what are they talking about? And I was like, that's what I do. So see this golden ring. Okay, first of all, love that on camera you can see that it's 2 different yellows. Because when I was stitching last night on it and you see just slightly enough of the pattern. Well, when I'm stitching with my bright light shined on it, I could not tell the difference. I could not see the pattern between the two yellows. I was like, oh, all this work and you can't even tell the difference, but you can in real life. So love that. So anyway, so color completion. Circle back here. So the 5 golden rings. And so I had a little bit of, I had 6 stranded floss. This is on 14 count. Shrekie's tan. And so I had a little bit of the gold. And so I realized that the gold was also in, let's just looky-loo. I can tell you what it is. Yes, okay. So the gold was in this swan. See how she's got a little gold basket? I know it's a bad picture. It's a PDF chart. First of all, Etsy, I will link her down below. This is a gorgeous chart. It is like a zillion pages. I don't print it out because don't do it. I do it on my iPad. It's great because I can whoop and I can make it super big so I can see the daggone pattern. Can we talk about black book patterns? I had that Feast of Friendship. I don't know if I'm just spoiled with the whoop thing, but I mean, I felt like I had to get out a magnifying glass. Either that or any new readers, or readers on top of readers. I don't know, but I couldn't. Nope. That symbol is something. Don't know if it's the star or the hash moon or whatever. So I took a picture of it with my phone so then I could whoop. At least just like, okay, is that pair this symbol or that symbol? I could not see. Anyway, the moral of the story is these patterns are fantastic because A, they're in full color and like super easy to read, super great patterns and full color, and you zoom on your iPad or whatever electronic device you choose to use. And I was able to just zoop and realize the gold was in this 6 geese lane. That's what she is. So, I went ahead and I just finished that strand. So that's what 6 is. So I did work on this a little bit. Do I have any preconceived notions that I'm going to get anywhere close to all 12 done? No, I do not. Maybe. I don't even think I'm going to get 6 done. But I do have this extra, why it's cut off, I don't know. Oh, because that 3, I had to take 3 off. Extra frame all ready to go. I like to do the frame. That's when, it's come 9, 10 o'clock at night. I still want to stitch, but I don't want to look at a pattern. I do stuff like that. Easy kind of fill in, a little bit of pattern. So I've got a couple frames ready to go. So maybe I'll get 6 done and fully finished and on the tree. The other 2 are on the tree. Speaking of trees, yay. Okay, so let's just talk. That's the stitching. Let's just talk Christmas for a minute. I told y'all last week that I had big plans to decorate for Christmas, and yay, it came to fruition. Reluctantly to all the other people who live in my house. They weren't super on board with it, but now they love it. It's going to be great. Christmas, it just makes you happy. So I spent the last weekend putting up, I only have 2 trees, a regular tree and of course my Clemson tree. So the 2 trees went up and I got to decorate this hallway and this table and this thing and the other thing. I haven't decided. I didn't have a swooping staircase in my old house. So that whole like swag on the banister thing wasn't a part of my buckets that I've had for 4 or 5 years. So I have to decide whether I want to go shopping and add that to the Christmas decorations this year or just stick with what I've got and add next year. I don't know. I was up here at 5:30 this morning knitting, and just knitting by tree light. Love that. Now, of course, I do have a light over here so I don't go blind. Don't worry, Mom. I'm not going to hurt my eyes because they already are crap. Just kidding. So, but I do trees and it's dark outside because, this daylight savings, it's dark and all the times. I'm all over the place. But that was my stitching. And now, what do we have? Okay, hold on. Knitting. Super fun. I know. If you're here for the stitching is over. Those stick around because remember the giveaway is coming up later. So I don't want you to miss out because, oh my goodness. But let me show you. Now, if you're new here, this is my cute little bag. And yes, so many of you have asked. Okay, so let's tangent for just a minute. You've asked, a couple of questions have come up and I'm trying to answer them in the comments, but I'm just going to answer them here as well. The hat. I've done 2 hats. Of course, I didn't bring my second one in. I did. Okay, so I showed you guys, this is my other bag, remember? Kind of the mama and the baby. So let's talk about this for a minute. I showed you guys this last week, and this is what was all the questions. A, what's my yarn? Malabrigo Rasta, colorway unknown because I'm a bad YouTuber and I didn't keep the card to tell you the color. I will do better next time, I promise. Fail number one. Fail number two is that this hat pattern is not one that I can just tell you go do this, because I did the one first beanie, I forget what it was even called, by Tin Can Knits, the beanie with the LFA Legacy, is it LFA? Legacy Fiber Arts, yeah, LFA knitting yarn, DK weight yarn. I did that hat with a Tin Can Knits hat beanie pattern. Hold on. This is all new to me, remember? Okay, the barley hat. That was the barley hat. So this is a free pattern on Ravelry that you can go and get. But that's that one. Well, when I had this Rasta yarn, I went and I searched Ravelry. First of all, that's a rabbit hole that you could spend days on. Nobody's got days to spend on it, but I could. I found one, two, the moral of the story is I kind of like mix and matched 3 different patterns, which is bad because I can't tell you what to do. And it's bad for a third reason, second reason, another reason, because it doesn't daggone fit. I am used to, as a creative person who has been creating with the fabric for life, I kind of take some creative liberties. I just like start to do the things. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And I'm okay. I'm here for the process. But the moral of the story, okay, so the hat is done. Look, it's closed. I know I modeled it for you. All right, I'll model it again. Okay, so remember, I'm going to do a words. I'm going to do a fur pom-pom on it, okay? A couple things. It was super cute. It's super cute. Super cute, and it's closed, and it doesn't have a hole, and it fits like the shape of my head. It's a little big, and I have a big head, so it's a little big. So I don't know if that was my gauge or what. I don't know. But it's also, yeah, it's really big. It's also not long enough. Listen, the whole point, right? The whole point of a hat for me is to keep my head warm when I take the dogs for a walk, because the dogs go for a 1-mile walk every day. And so when it's cold, I have to, so because I made this pattern up, I ended up not making the hat long enough to cover my ears. So it's cute. We're in the ballpark. But what will I be learning this weekend? How to undo it. Yep. I'm going to, and look, I was pretty impressed with this little starry thing. I know that's just the decreasing, but it looks much better than my first beanie, which did not look like that. So, and that's probably because it's chunky Rasta yarn. But anyway, I was super excited about that finish. It's just too big and not long enough. And I have this much yarn left. So what I will be learning, like I said, this weekend, is how to unravel a hat. Now, what do I do after I unravel it? I don't know. Can I just wind it and knit it again? I don't know. I guess I have to go to the YouTube education source and realize, I've seen some people that when they're like de-raveling a sweater, first of all, what the concept of going to a thrift store and buying a sweater to harvest the yarn, that takes recycling to a whole nother level. I'm not there yet. I'm going to try to reuse this yarn because this is one skein, and it only took me a couple days to knit it. So it's not, anyway. But I don't know, once I unravel it, do I need to soak it, wash it, just hang it to dry? Like, I don't know. I'm going to go to the YouTube or my friend Knitters. Lend me your ear, please. You guys were so helpful last week. You gave me all kinds of good pointers about my yarn barf, which I love the terminology on that. Here's my little 13 Chigos. So fun. Anyway. Okay. But let's talk sweater, shall we? Because I'm going to do that. I'm going to make it longer. I'm going to make it tighter. So I'm not going to cast on as many. Maybe I'll even make a note. Listen, I'm not writing a yarn. I'm not writing a hat pattern, but I do have the notes, thank goodness, from the 3 different patterns. I kind of like took a piece of this and took a piece of that and took a piece of this to make that hat pattern, which obviously is not correct, but maybe I'll make some notes just if you're a newbie knitter like me and you want to get this chunky yarn. Like that was the most satisfying knit so far. The other hat was fantastic. The DK weight was awesome, yummy, so fun. I wear that hat like walking the dog yesterday because this one doesn't work and it's not that cold yet. But this one, so fast. I told you about that last week. So fast. So it was very satisfying. That whole like finish a project in a weekend. Love that. So I will take notes, maybe. Not a knitter, not writing a pattern, but maybe I'll just take notes to share with you guys. So if you wanted to be like, cast on this, it's a 2x2 knit purl rib, and then this many, and then you start the decrease, and I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. But I can't reference a pattern. I can't give you a pattern yet because I mixed 3 of them together. So sorry. Still new, gonna get better. But more importantly, not more important. Moving on, remember my cardigan sweater. Let's do a sweater, shall we? Okay. Ready? So this is my first, yes, I still have a yarn barf. I have learned, thank you very much to all my friends in the YouTube world that have told me that I do not have to pull from the center. There are no yarn police that are going to come and get me, just like there's no cross stitch release. But somehow I kind of felt a little like I was doing it wrong when I wasn't pulling from the center. But now I've gotten permission from the experts at B that I don't have to pull from the center. I can pull from the side because if I pull from the center, I get yarn barf pretty consistently. But thankfully, so far, I've been able to untangle every, I don't know, 2 or 3 yards that come out, and I gotta, spend some time untangling it. But the moral of the story is, I almost have shoulders. Almost. Remember, it's the cardigan. It's very orange in this picture, which of course, I'm here for. Okay, so see, can you see? It's coming together. And I'm super, if I do say so myself, and this is like an increase, I don't even know. I'm just following the pattern. Thank goodness this is a nice, easy to follow pattern so far. All I'm doing is making shoulders and increasing. There's 4 rows. And I've got these stitch markers and there's 4 rows, and then you repeat the 4 rows 9 times for my size. So this is one thing I was asking my friend Rachel this morning. I was like, is there a cheater way? Because it's 4, I have to do this 9 times, 4 rows. So I just made a little cheat sheet on my chart. So that way, because I can't read my knitting. She's like, oh, you'll get better at reading. Okay. Love that faith. But so far, my note-taking is working for me. So I've got my little increases. The sleeves are going here somewhere. But the moral of the story is, every night I'm like, Patrick, look, it's almost a sweater. It started off not being able to even go around my wrist. And now, maybe it'll cover my shoulders. And so this is the part that's gonna, come down and be a cardigan. For real! Project number 2.5. Pretty impressed with myself. Okay, that's my knitting update. I just want to knit the whole weekend away. I'm trying to make it. So last weekend was put up the Christmas. And so this weekend, I think I'm going to treat myself. And Lily was here last weekend, so she helped a little bit. This weekend, it's just me and Patrick, and we're just going to sit here, and I'm going to be okay with just sitting and knitting. Maybe it'll rain all daggone weekend, and then I won't feel bad because I don't have to put those tulip bulbs in the ground that I haven't done yet. Anyway, we'll see. Hopefully I've got some progress. That's the word. Progress for you next week, but we'll see. let's go over the shop update real quick. Now, let's do the giveaway, just in case you don't want to do the shop update. I hate to have people wait, because if you're not here for the shopping, I don't want you to miss out on the giveaway. Okay, so the giveaway, don't forget, is these gorgeous. Am I holding them upside down? Yes. Okay, now they're the same. So sweet. 14 karat gold over sterling or sterling altogether. And they are sweet, look like little safety pins, perfect for the quilter or sewer in your life or yourself. Okay, so I want you to use the word safety. Yep, because it looks like a safety pin. The name of the earring is a Sia, S-I-A, which I could have done that, but I'm not gonna. Safety pin. That's what it looks like to me. So sweet. So 1 week giveaway. So these I'm going to give away. So in your comment, normal YouTube giveaway rules, but you need to be a subscriber. You need to like the video, and you need to use the word safety in your comment down below. And so I will use the random comment picker generator thing next Friday morning to pick the winner and then announce it in next Friday's video. So if you're looking to win, yay, congratulations. Oh, good luck. No congratulating yet. Good luck. Hopefully you win. And then if you didn't win, or if you don't want to wait to shop, remember here's my coupon code, where if you use the link down in the description box, it'll take you to the Ana Luisa website and you'll get 20% off. It's not an affiliate link. I get nothing for it. They just gave me an exclusive coupon code to share with you. So yay. Now let's do the shop update real quick. Tiger Lily, the 12 Days of Christmas bundle is closed. Congratulations to those who got a spot. I am busy sewing those up for you. Remember, those are going to ship out no later than December 1st. I have hopes of getting them out before then, because there's a lot going on in December, and I'm going to talk about that too. Oh, let's talk about that first. I'm not going to give you too much of the details because I'm still working them out, but little teaser detail is that it's going to be last year. If you've been here for a while, last year I did Flosstube. Flosstube was 25 episodes, December 1st through 25th. I am not doing Flosstube this year. Don't worry, friends. Don't freak out. I am doing something what I think is bigger and better. It's going to be fabulous. It is called the 12 Days of Stitchmas. Yay! Because one, it's not just Flossmas anymore. As you tell, I have fallen down the rabbit hole of knitting. Like, don't even send down the emergency line, because no one's going to save me. I am down there just in it. And then, of course, I'm always a quilter, and all that comes with quilting. And so I was like, you know what? This is not just Flossmas anymore. We are going to expand to bigger and better. And so it is stitching, of course. Stitching and knitting and quilting and some other just random things. So what does it, I'm going to give you the details next Friday, but all the details are coming next Friday. Spoiler. So set your alarms. It's going to be great. I'm going to tell you all the things that are coming, but the condensed Cliff Notes versions of the details. The spoilers are, it's 12 Days of Stitchmas is what it's called. It's December 1st through 12th, 12 days. I will come with a daily video, and there'll be so much goodness in each of those videos. You're going to freak. Awesome, sauce, crazy bonkers, banana pants, all the things. December 1 through 12. Stitchmas. Yay. Okay, back to the shop update. Okay, so 12 Days of Christmas bundle. So those are going out by December 1st, which is why, like, I got things to do. So they'll probably go out, hopefully, if all the things come in. I'm going to get my keepers done and ready to go on the table, ready to package up. And I know that Rachel is lickety-split working on the charts, or ordering the charts from Liz. And so that, and the silks, and then the goodies. I've got the goodies coming. So it's going to be great. Those are going out December 1st. Thank you for those who ordered. If you missed out, I am sorry. That's closed now. But if you do need a Christmas keeper, don't fret. There is one more capsule collection. I showed you all of them. I'm not showing them again today because there's only a couple new ones compared to last Friday. So if you want to know what's coming, on Tuesday, November 15th at 1 p.m., there's going to be approximately 40 Christmas, all Christmas. Like, don't even bother looking for something else because it's Christmas explosion. All Christmas, all day. November 15th at 1 p.m. Christmas explosion. That's the keeper sale that is coming. There will not be a keeper sale in December. Not happening. The next keeper monthly capsule collection will be in January, but there will be, and I know I keep spoiling this to you, but the details of the quarterly keeper club, which is going to first launch soon for a pre-sale, the details are so close to being able to release. I tried to get them all together for today, but as you can see, I've been busy. So I don't have all the details and I don't want to share it with you until I have everything to share at once, but they're coming and it's going to, I know I'm whispering. Why? It's going to be so exciting. I can't wait. But so that's the opportunity to like treat yourself to a December keeper is the pre-sale for the quarterly. Details are coming. That's the moral of the story. But if you need a Christmas, those aren't going to be Christmas. But if you need a Christmas original Tiger Lily keeper, there's going to be the fabric ones as well as the vintage stitching ones. So many good things to share. One of a kind, November 15th. Now with that, November 15th at 1 p.m. keepers up on the site. What is also on my site? I am working this weekend. Here I was thinking I was taking the weekend off. Nope. This weekend, I am going to be loading up. Now, in my previous life, it's not really a previous life, but I used to do pre-COVID, lots of things pre-COVID. I would do those in-person artisan markets. Love them, because I love talking to people. Can you tell? So I love the artisan markets and doing all the things that are associated with that. But the reality of it is, holy moly, it's a lot of work. Like to go to a show and set up this booth. Like if you've ever, maybe I'll put a picture of my booth here, but it's a 10 by 10 booth. And then the last 2 years I've had a 10 by 20 booth, ginormous. Setting up the booth, working the booth, making the products for this 3-day weekend market. It was exhausting. It took everything I had. And the problem was, it was like the first or second weekend in December. And so that's what I was doing all the way up until then. Well, at some point, A, COVID, and I tried something different. And then B, I decided that's not what I want to do. I don't want to spend like you get to live once. And so I want to make cookies with my daughter. I want to watch Christmas movies. I don't want to be sewing 24 hours a day to go to this market. So no market, no in-person market. But what does that mean? That means I have gnomes coming out of my ears that I made before I made the decision that I wasn't going to do the market. Yay. So what does that mean? Here's an example. Here's another example. So at the markets, it's cash and carry. You would buy a product. I made gnomes. So I've always loved sweaters. I didn't knit them, but the texture associated, okay, look at that cable. The texture associated with the gnomes speaks to me. And so I know gnome, like I've been making these for over 10 years. So I was cool before they were cool. But my gnomes are made from upcycled sweaters. Remember that whole recycling, upcycling thing? So this was a sweater in its first life. This was a sweater in its first life. I add some fabulous beard. This is pink. I don't know if is it showing pink? Maybe it's more pink back here. This is a pink beard. And I've got, so they're all one of a kind, totally unique. These are what I'm calling the big bottoms. So there's two different sizes. There's a big bottom gnome or a baby bottom gnome. And so you can see One is an 8-inch circular bottom and one is approximately 5-inch circular bottom. They have weighted beads in the bottom of them, so they stand up by themselves. They have wires in the hat, so you can do the little twisty curly things as you want. They have fiber fill, the beads, recycled sweaters, all the things. Super cute. 2 different sizes, big bottom, small bottom, 45, 38. These are the prices of the one-of-a-kind sweater gnomes. Why am I telling this to you on Flosstube? Because I'm going to put out a newsletter and tell all my gnome followers that I'm going to be listing gnomes this weekend. So if you want to shop early and find a good one, check my website a couple times this weekend. They're going to be loading them up. Anyway, going to be loading them up. The moral of the story is they're all going to be loaded up by the keeper sale time, because if you add a keeper and a gnome to your checkout at the same time and you use the code GNOME BUNDLE, use the coupon code GNOME BUNDLE, you'll get free shipping on everything. So you won't have to pay your shipping for your keeper. You just apply that normal shipping cost that there would be for their keeper, and it goes to your gnome price. So that's my little gift to you to kind of entice you maybe to check out the gnomes. Maybe there's somebody in your life you want to gift a one-of-a-kind gnome to. Give yourself a keeper, get a gnome for a gift. Win-win, free shipping. Use the code GNOME BUNDLE. If you have a keeper and a gnome, as many gnomes as you want, in your cart, free shipping. Yay. So that is why I wanted to show you the gnomes. This is one of my favorites, just so you know, in case you're a Grinch fan like me. And look at the cable on the, of course, so this was, I'm thrifting, right? I'm thrifting. That's how I get into the stitches and all the things. But look at that gorgeous. Now I'm like a knitter. I'm like, ooh, how do you do that? Before I didn't do that. Now I do. But then he's got the green beard because Grinch. Okay. So there's a couple of the Grinches. I don't think I have one. I might have to save one for me. All right, friends, that is all the things. Who knew I was going to chat for this long? I was thinking I didn't have any knitting or stitching or all the things. I seem to always just chit chat with you. I hope you got some stitching done in, some stitching, some knitting, some cooking, whatever you do while you're visiting with me. I hope you enjoyed our visit. I surely did. And until next time, friends, which will be next Friday, happy stitching.